Hi, this is Cynthia with Triumphant and Treasured and the Ministry of Walk with the Widow. Thank you for joining us once again on this, which will be our last module in our journey through the book of called Widows Are Warriors, walking through a walk through the wilderness of widowhood. We have covered a variety of topics in our prior modules. If this is the first time you're seeing this, please take a moment to go back to our YouTube channel or to our curriculum and follow the modules that will help you navigate your way through this book. Today, what we would like to talk about is your vision for the future. I remember saying that life for me was always a team sport. We made decisions as a couple. We navigated life as a couple and as a family. As our children grew up, our decisions included them. And all of a sudden, when you lose a spouse, you discover that life now is a solo sport. And it's pretty scary because you don't have someone to catch you if you fall or someone to support you when you feel weak. It's a very different way of doing life. Flying solo is quite different than flying in tandem. So your vision for the future definitely is a challenge because I could barely see what the end of the day would bring. I could barely figure out how to make it to the next day and through the next day, let alone have a plan for the future. And that's a very difficult way to live because you spend all your married years planning for the future with ambitions and goals, and then you go, I don't know that I can plan for the future. Can I dream about the future? How can the things that I could dream of before, I can't dream of now because I don't want to have to do them alone or can't do them alone. So there's a definite challenge in creating your vision for the future. And so what happens is you have a tendency to just exist. Life goes from these bright, vibrant colors to black and white, blah. I'm just going through the motions. And that's not how we are called to live our lives. Yet the process of getting from that black and white to finding the color or the spectrum in your life that God intends for you to is a journey. And a lot of that involves learning to tip the scales. Because after a while, we just get hit with loss after loss after loss. It's what we call the secondary losses when after losing a spouse. And we start measuring our life, our value, and our worth based on our losses. And we need to learn to tip those scales so where we are now evaluating our lives and ourselves based on our victories. And our victories would look very different than what victories looked like before. Nevertheless, they're victories. And we need to count them because that's what keeps us going. In adversity, we grow in our relationship with God. But adversity also breaks us and shatters us because there is no growth until there's some pruning. There is no new wineskin until the old wineskin has been thrown away. And all of those processes are very, very, very painful. There's a chapter in here in which I talk about being the tallest tree in the forest. That is a very, very foreign concept to a woman who's had the cover of her husband. And then you don't have that cover anymore and your children are looking up to you to be that cover. It is a very scary responsibility. And yet you do it. You do it despite your grief. You do it despite your brokenness. And you do it all by the grace of God. So I'm here to remind you that as you navigate this journey, keep your eyes high above the storm. The storm will swirl around you. Life is difficult. And grief makes it that much harder. Your brokenness makes it that much harder. But if you keep your eyes high above the storm, you will protect yourself from the negative impact of all the brokenness and losses in your life. And you will allow God to grab a hold of your heart and keep it tethered to Him because He and only He will bring you to a place of victory. He and only He has plans and a promise for a very abundant and fruitful future for you. And as you navigate this journey, it may not feel like you'll ever get there, but I promise you, you will. So God bless you on this journey. Thank you for giving us the honor of walking alongside you. I pray that you read the chapters and you go through the questions and you complete this journey with victory, because there is victory in Jesus. God bless you, and I will see you on the other side of whatever journey we're all going through. I will see you through the gates, through the final ribbon where you break through and you've done it. You've accomplished it. Peace and strength and God's grace to you. Thank you.